handicappers.com, bringing you the college football blast. I'm joined today by three of the Insiders Room handicappers here. I've got Right Cape, AM Plus Money, and Joey Tron. Uh, they've got it's a smorgasbord for you today for college plays for this weekend. We've got totals, we've got money lines, we've got favorites, we got underdogs. We got a little bit of everything for you here. So, whatever you like to play, we got it for you. So we'll get right. Well, first, we'll go around the horn. How you doing, Right Cape?
Wonderful. Phillies are up here 8-2, going in the ninth. Let's close this game out. Let's cash some college football tickets.
All right. AM Plus Money, the local Canadian hockey hater. How are things going for you?
Oh, things are great. Yeah, the Leafs are losing, so that's gonna be great to read the papers in the morning. So
Let's see. Now you know how I feel with Detroit. So there you go. And,
I know that's your favorite.
and Joey, trying out things down in Indy.
All is good. Excited for the Devils hockey to start tomorrow. Quest for the fourth Stanley Cup starts, so I'm ready.
All right. So let's get right into some action here. We'll start off with you, AM. Let's start out with this one because I figured you'd have to have a play on California. You're up here. You got a tight window here with our little side bet we got going on here. But you're gonna stick with the Bears in this one.
Yeah, I picked them just for you, Dan. Going with the Cal Bears. Obviously, they need to win 5 more games for our little bet here, but. I like them to cover, possibly even upset here. This Utah team hasn't been great this year. Their defense has been great, but their offense has definitely struggled without Cam Rising. Cam Rising, his availability has been up in the air all season. He might play in this game. Even if he does play, he hasn't played in over a year now. So I like my chances with Cal, whether he's in there or not. I think this Cal defense can keep this struggling Utah offense at bay. And I liked what I saw from their third quarterback. They're going with Mendoza again in this game. And, he put up 40 points at home against a pretty decent Oregon State defense last week. So I'm going to take my chances with Cal here.
All right. I understand that. But unfortunately, or fortunately for me, those points don't count in our bet. So you got to –
I'm right.
You got a little bit of a struggle there. But, hey, good luck to you this week.
Phillies.
All right, there we go. A resident Philadelphia, and there made sure. Yeah, I wasn't really worried about Atlanta coming back down 8-2. They haven't shown much this whole series, but moving on. Joey, give us one of your plays for Saturday.
Yeah, I like South Carolina on the money line at home against Florida. South Carolina is pretty well rested, coming fresh off their bye. Spencer Rattler thrives when he's not pressured in the pocket. You can look at the Tennessee game where he was pressured. I think he got sacked like 5 or 6 times, threw an interception. Then there's the game against Mississippi State where he wasn't pressured at all and threw 3 touchdowns for 240 yards. Florida ranks 109th in team sacks, averaging just 1.5 sacks per game. So I really don't think that Spencer Rattler is going to crumble under pressure, similar to what he did against Tennessee. Following games where Spencer Rattler threw 1 touchdowns this season, he more. And last game against Tennessee, he threw none. So following that trend, I think he's going to have a really good day, especially considering Florida's defense was exposed by Kentucky. They allowed just under 400 yards. Florida's playing their 7th straight game. I expect their fatigue to really catch up with them, especially playing an SEC road game. Florida's 1-9 straight up their last 10 games on the road, and South Carolina is 4-2 straight up their last 6 games when playing at home against the Gators. Give me the Gamecocks on the money line.
All right.
Yeah, Florida sucks.
Yeah, I don't know.
Phillies.
But I don't put my money on Spencer Rattler nowadays. I don't know. Hey,
I like South Carolina too.
well, there you go. See, what do I know? All right, Rye. Since you're over exuberant here with the Phillies, why don't you give us a play?
All right, so this one's for Friday night, I think. So it's Tulane at the Memphis Tigers. So we've seen this total drop. Both teams are coming off the bye. Both teams have strong defenses. I give the edge to Tulane. They have the better defense. They played a tougher schedule. Tulane's only loss was with their backup QB. Pratt has been pretty good in his 3 games as a starter, 9 total touchdowns, only 1 interception. But they do have problems in the red zone. Memphis has a strong defense in the red zone. Memphis has close wins over Navy and Boise State. I think both teams are susceptible to the turnover, but I think Tulane's defense takes advantage here. Without the big plays, I think Tulane will have trouble scoring. Memphis is going to have trouble scoring. I'm going with the under here.
All right. Under 54.5 in that game. All right. I like that. I like that reasoning. So, right, your second game here, that seems to be like probably, I don't know, one of the biggest games of the week. A Pac-10 clash here. Washington, Oregon. Who do you like in this one?
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. The winner of this game will put themselves in a great spot for the Pac-12 championship as well as the college football playoffs. Same here. Both teams are coming off their bye. We have 2 of the best offenses in college football. We have 2 Heisman hopefuls with Penix and Nix. I give Washington the edge on offense. I give Oregon the edge on defense. But both defenses are top 3 in scoring defense, top 8 overall. We are going to see Huskies wide receiver Jalen McMillan return. He's been out the last 2 games. So I like Kalen DeBoer here. His offensive scheme usually works against any opponent. Lanning has not coached in Washington before, so it should be a tough game with it being a rivalry. Washington won this game last season by a field goal in Eugene. A couple of stats or trends I have here. Oregon is 0-7 against the spread when playing on the road against teams that have a completion percentage of 62% or better over the last 3 seasons. I know Oregon's a great team. I don't take anything away from them. I just think people have been sleeping on the Huskies. Nick's on the road. I think he's going to be the old Bo Nix. So I'm going to take the Washington Huskies here. I also lean to the under. Oregon has gone under in 4 of their 5 games, and Washington has gone under in 3 of 5 games.
All right. Yeah, I agree with you on one thing. Bo Nix is old. That's for sure. But all right, AM, you got a kind of intriguing game here. You're going with another dog. This one's a little bit bigger than the cow spread here. What do you like?
Oh, yeah. So for my next play, I'm going with Vanderbilt and the plus 32. I just have to take it. It's too many points here. Georgia has not looked good at all this year. They may be ranked number 1 in the polls, but this is not the number 1 team in the country. Actually, the top 2 teams in the country are in the game that Rye just mentioned. So 100%, we've seen this Georgia team. They're actually coming off a big win against Kentucky. It was their first cover of the season. Up to that point, they hadn't covered a single spread. So they got that out of the way, but they haven't looked good against SEC opponents. Other than that 1 win against Kentucky, they had the close win with South Carolina. They really struggled against Auburn, almost losing that game on the road. Now they're going to be on the road again. Vanderbilt's been bad this year, but they haven't been blown out by 30 points in a single game. And the kicker for me is the fact that Vanderbilt is 0-7 against the spread this season. They played in week 0, haven't had a bye yet. And at this point in the season, I just have to buck that 0-7 against the spread trend. So I'm taking Vandy in the points here.
All right.
Man, can we pull out that train picture?
we need the train picture. You're on Georgia?
No, I'm not on Georgia. Yeah, Georgia 54-3 is my correct score guess.
See,
it could happen, but I got to fade that 0-7 against the spread. Something's got to change there with Vandy.
See, yeah, I wish Ross was here because I hate the beg to differ, and I actually hate the beg to differ with this team. I don't know. I think maybe Michigan, unfortunately, may be the best team in the country right now, unfortunately. But we'll see as things go on. time goes on.
Kaiser, you don't have to say that. Just stick with Washington, and then you can shove Michigan, maybe in like third or something like that.
I don't know.
Ride the Washington train with me and Rye.
Oh, there you're all sleeping on we are.
I'd say.
But they'll learn next weekend.
I don't really care. I hate them, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying at this point in time. All right, Joey, at least somebody's staying in the Big Ten, and they might as well be a Penn State fan putting up a Big Ten play here. So what do you got for your last player, Joey?
Just want to say Bo Nix is the Drew Timme of college football, but no.
I think that's Sanders, the quarterback from Oklahoma State that went to Ole Miss and couldn't win the starting job. I think he's like 27. but go ahead.
My last play is Iowa, Wisconsin, under 36.5. I see that at Unibet currently. Both teams enter this with one loss, which is going to make a really good Big Ten defensive game. Both teams are allowing 18 or less points per game so far this season. In 2 road games so far, we saw Iowa hit totals at 33 and 31 respectively, and they're on the road traveling to Madison for this game. It's really tough to back Iowa, in my opinion, without McNamara with him being out for the season. I don't really trust Deacon Hill generating offense. He really struggled his last time out, and I really don't think things will get much better for him against this Wisconsin defense. Wisconsin's holding teams to 17 points or less at home in both games this season. Wisconsin's ranked 35th in rushing yards per game, but I think they're going to be met with some brute force as Iowa's a top 55 rush defense, allowing just under 131 rushing yards per game and just 1 rushing touchdown, which came against Penn State. The under is 5-1 in Iowa's last 6 road games, and the under is 7-3 in Wisconsin's last. A really tough defensive game. That's back.
All right, yeah, I like this under. Here's a question for you, Joey. Not this game, because Wisconsin's defense is really good and Wisconsin's a good team. But if you're looking at Iowa totals in the future, let's say if they're playing Rutgers, Indiana, the lower edges of the lower bottom part of the Big Ten, do you start to worry that Iowa, instead of like being conservative in the fourth quarter to win a game, that they're going to just keep trying to score to save the coach's job, or the offensive coordinator is going to try to score to save the coach's job? And these low totals, which should be low because of Iowa stinks, that you may start seeing them go over later.
So I personally think Iowa season's done without Cade McNamara. I've never really was super high on him to begin with, but again, with Deacon Hill, man, that guy sucks. No offense, but
I don't know, man. I don't know.
He just doesn't seem to have that.
I
mojo.
think he's better than McNamara.
I don't.
Yeah, but
and he can run.
Right, but I'm just at the end of the season, they're playing Indiana, and instead, I could just see them starting to go for it on 4th downs and throw them more passes when they're winning, because he's got to get 20. They got to average 26 points a game, or 25 points a game, or the guy loses his job.
Yeah, he's screwed already.
Yeah, I don't think anything's saving him. Not even Jesus can save him. I think he's gone no matter what.
Well, I don't know. It kind of helps when your dad's like head coach, though. I think college football coaches at some of these schools are bigger than Jesus. So we'll see what happens. But, all right, guys, good show. Yeah, a lot of good stuff out there. We'll run down the picks real picks real quick, and then you can tell the people where they can find you. What you got going on and things like that. So we'll start with you, Joey. Again, you got Iowa, Wisconsin, the under 36.5, and South Carolina money line. Where can the people find you if they want to check out your other information?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Betting Underdog. You can catch me in the Insiders Room Discord under Joey Tron, and you can find me on insidersroom.com under Joey Tron as well. I have 2 NHL plays up. Both start at 10 p.m., so you still got about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get those plays in.
All right, sounds good. Hopefully you're on the same side I am in those late games.
We'll discuss it after this.
Yep. Oops, I'll give you these. All right, AM, you've got Cal plus 12, Vanderbilt plus 32. Underdog weekend for you. What else you got going on?
Yeah, so you can find me at X at AM Plus Money. You can also get my premium plays at theinsidersroom.com as well as bigowl.com and pickadvisor.com. And yeah, it's football season. American football. We'll have tons of picks up for the weekend.
So I'm just curious. I know you do a lot of different leagues in football or soccer, as we say. Do you do a lot of the friendlies? Do you stay off of them, or do you find that you can find value in the friendlies?
It depends on the friendly, really. You really got to know the lineups or who's playing in friendlies. Now, there is a lot of those now because of the international break, but I'll be focused more on the matches that have meaning, the Euro Cup qualifiers, probably the South American World Cup qualifiers, and things like that.
Okay, all right.
That was a friendly answer.
Yes, there you.
Is Euro Cup this weekend qualifying?
Yeah, it starts tomorrow. And it should go for a week and a bit, usually.
Sweet.
Oh, and just for people out there that, everybody says, oh, soccer. Why do Americans call it soccer? That was started actually by the English. So it's not an American thing, actually. Right, Kate?
Was that a Snapple fact?
What was that?
Was that a Snapple fact?
No, it was a fact that I used to always get. It
was a Kaiser fact.
No, when I was over in Thailand, I used to always call it soccer. Now the English blokes would say, "Oh, why do Americans always call it soccer?" So I looked it all up, and actually, they're the ones that started it. So Washington minus 2.5, Tulane, Memphis under 54.5. Where can the people find you?
Yep, you can find me at Rycape on all social media. These two plays will be put up on pickadvisor.com. I'm at Winners and Winers. Also, make sure you always check me out for my premium plays at insidersroom.com. You could also find me at the Insiders Room Discord. All
right. Sounds good. Yeah, we'll be on. Some of us will be on tomorrow. I think Rossman will be coming back to the show tomorrow for the NFL. We got the NASCAR show on Sunday.
Sunday we got two guests. Rory Picks will be on, and Zach from Highline Betting. So that'll be noon on Sunday. Come check that out. Season's winding down.
All right. So hockey shows will probably be starting soon. NBA, when we get some NBA action going, when that starts up, there's lots of things going on here at the Insiders Room Discord, theinsidersroom.com. Check out everything. Yeah, so that's it for today. Check out these guys again. Good stuff. All these picks are free, so you're not going to go to insidersroom.com and buy one of their picks, and this is going to pop up. So take these for what you want. Right, Cape, I'll let you close this out as you always do.
Let's go Phillies, and let's cash some tickets.
All right.